But this vicious cycle might also hold the key to a breakthrough in the treatment of excess intra-abdominal adiposity and subsequently cardiometabolic risk. More on that later in the program. We'll also bring you up to date on how Michael Sabatello and Mary Kingsley are doing in their weight loss efforts.
Perhaps the most alarming aspect of the obesity epidemic is its impact on America's most innocent victims.
American children currently spend, on average, 7 to 9 hours a day in front of a screen. A television screen, a computer screen, a video game screen. So the more time they're sitting, not burning calories, the more calories they're taking in.
12% of children are overweight or obese, and it's climbing all the time.
These numbers have doctors and health officials deeply concerned.
We're seeing things in children that have never been seen in the history of the world. Children are developing adult-type diabetes at the age of 8, 10, 12. And the number of children diagnosed with diabetes has almost doubled in the past 10 years.
This growing generation is going to be the first generation to die preceding their parents because of the obesity epidemic.
Statistics from the Pennington Biomedical Research Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, indicate that obesity and diabetes among children first began to soar in the early 1980s. The introduction of high fructose corn syrup in soda and a sharp decline in the consumption of milk are cited as reasons why. Calcium in milk actually helps regulate body weight. It's estimated that nearly 1 million Americans lose their lives to cardiovascular disease each year. But how many live with CVD every day? According to the American Heart Association, more than 70 million people, or greater than 1/4 of the entire U.S. population, have some form of cardiovascular disease. We've seen that obesity is a chronic condition triggered by genetic predisposition and environmental factors that can lead to serious, sometimes fatal diseases. And it's important for people to understand that biology plays a significant role in determining their weight and cardiometabolic risk. Once again, here's Carlos Bain.
Despite the influence of biology and heredity, patients must understand that they are not doomed to be obese. If they work closely with medical professionals who understand both the behavioral and biological processes involved in obesity and cardiometabolic risk, even the most stubborn weight problem can be brought under control. Mary's inability to lose weight after her pregnancy, along with her family history of cardiovascular disease, scared her straight to Dr. Louis Aroni.
I had risk of heart attack, of cardiovascular disease. My father's had 3 or 4 stents put in. Without telling me I had gotten so heavy, he said, "You really need to just go take care of yourself."
Marilee came to see us about 10 months ago. Her waist circumference was elevated. She had a blood sugar that was on the border of normal. She was having trouble controlling her eating.
One thing I've learned is that when you are sleep deprived, you eat because you just feed your system in hopes that your sleep deprivation goes away. The first 2 years of having a child were just like that because she did not sleep through the night. So I really paid the price. I paid the price with help and sleep deprivation, and then I had to be on during the day.
We prescribed a diet and activity program. The type of diet we recommended is called a low glycemic diet. It has a lot less sugar and starch than the typical diet we might prescribe. We did that because of her slight elevation in blood sugar.
4, 3, don't let your hips move.
It was really about thinking and strategizing differently about the way I eat that helped me lose the weight along with a lot of exercise.
Now let's go backwards.
We have added several medications in very low doses to help her with compliance.
I have a husband, I have a 5.5-year-old, and I have a job with a lot of responsibility. And that was really what led me to make the change in my life. I wanted to be around to watch my daughter, grow old and have her own children.
Her treatment has been very successful. She's very motivated, very focused. She's got a lot on the ball, and I think that's why she's done so well.
I've dropped 45 pounds, and I've lost 5 inches off of my waist. I think emotionally, it's just a very different feeling of confidence. I don't think you can get this feeling unless you've gained the weight and lost the weight. It feels good because I have so much more energy. I can run 5 miles and I can just feel so good after that run. And I celebrated my 44th birthday the other day. That to me was just the greatest gift I could have given myself and my family.
Mary chose to get her life back on track before her weight and family history ran her into serious medical problems.